Hello everyone. So I'm back with my next question of my question based learning series. The question for day 16 is, let me just read out the question. Question says, you are asked to host multiple static websites using S3 to reduce cost and simplify management. Can you host more than one static website in a single S3 bucket? If yes, how many static websites can be hosted in one bucket and what are the limitations? So basically, the requirement is that the ask is that multiple website has to be hosted. The static website has to be hosted on S3 bucket. So how many websites can you host on a S3 bucket? Single S3 bucket. The answer, it's simple question. Answer is very simple. You can host only one website, one static website on an S3 bucket. You cannot hold multiple website. Now, second thing, how can you host multiple website in S3 service? So, for each website, you will have to create a separate bucket. Each bucket can hold only one static website. Now earlier there was a number of bucket limitation was there 100 bucket per account, but now Amazon has increased the limit up to 10,000 per account is a soft limit wherein you can create 10,000 buckets. If you want more than that, you have to raise a request with Amazon. So let me take you to the console and show you how do you host a static website on S3 and why it is not possible to host multiple website on a single bucket. So let me take you to the console. I have shared my screen. I have three buckets in my account. So here I am selecting the bucket number 1, the first bucket, and in that I have few folders. Let's say I'm going with demo folder and I have got a PNG file uploaded here. So this I will be hosting it as a website. So I'll just copy this file name in buffer and we'll go ahead one step back and go with the properties of the bucket. As I scroll completely down, I'll get the option of static website hosting. So I edit and here I can enable the static website hosting. I am supposed to type my file name, the object name which I uploaded that I want to host it as a static website. So against the index document, I'm typing that name. If you want, you can collect the error message in another object. You can specify that object name and then I'm not specifying that. And finally, I'll go ahead and save the changes. So my static website hosting is done. Now I would want to get the URL of that. So as I scroll completely down, here the URL is generated. Now have a look on this URL or the endpoint. Now in this you can see the bucket name is there, demo 02012026. So this is basically the bucket name and then S3 website, the region name and Amazon AWS.com. But here you do not find the object name. Okay, so this is the URL. This is a publicly reachable URL. And since it does not have the object name, the bucket URL, the static website URL has got a bucket name. That's the reason you cannot host multiple website, static website in a single bucket. Now, as I click on this link, it will take me to so it's giving the error forbidden, access denied. Basically, I have to give public access to my object. So let me do that as I go one level back, demo, and here under demo folder, I think I have already given. Let me check quickly. One mistake I was doing. Okay, let me go ahead with make public using ACL and I make it public. But still it will not be reachable because the mistake which I did is I missed the folder name because my object is uploaded inside a folder. So I have to give folder name after the URL and the folder is /demo and now it is reachable. Okay. So this is how we host a static website in S3 bucket. Very simple method, but you have to check the URL. So the URL has got only bucket name. Fine. Now another important thing, this URL is very lengthy. It's not possible for us to remember the URL. So what we can do, we can map this URL with a user friendly domain name. So you can buy a domain name, you can manage the domain by using Route 53 service on AWS platform, and there you can create an alias record and map this S3 website endpoint with your domain name. But when you want to do that, one thing you have to keep in mind, your domain name or your bucket name should match with the domain name. Okay, so let's say I have bought a domain by the name sonal.com. So what I need to do, I will have to create my bucket by the name sonal.com. So my domain name should match, sorry, the other way around, my bucket name should match with my domain name. Okay, so that is what is required to be done. And suppose if you want to host multiple website, what you need to do, you will have to create another bucket. Each bucket we can use to host a static website. Hope you understood this. Okay, so and it is always cost effective to host a static website on S3 against hosting it on EC2 instance, because EC2 instance comes with the complete virtual machine that comes with processing power, the network, the memory, the storage, everything, right? So the cost of EC2 instance per hour, the hourly charges is high compared to the S3 from static website hosting perspective. Okay, from this use case perspective. Okay, so I hope you found this information useful. So for such content, for such questions, subscribe to my channel. My channel name is DUK. Do you know? And stay tuned until my next question. Keep learning. Bye.